Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Will, and we are back with Zenless Zone Zero today. And this will probably, most likely, be the last day of the 1.3 version of Zenless Zone Zero. The update is supposed to be coming out tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. We're getting two new characters, both of them from Section 6, and we're also going to be getting a bunch more story, which looks like it's going to be a little bit of every group. Like, it's going to focus on the Section 6 group, but it's also going to entail other groups coming together for it, so that's super exciting. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised that they're doing something like that already. I thought they were going to hold off until maybe version 1.5 or something, but we'll see. I'm just super excited for it. Today, first we're going to go talk to her. And then we are going to be going and doing a character story. I believe it's going to be... I can't remember her name. The older maid with the whole, like, witchy vibe to her. I believe we're going to be doing her story today, and that's what we're going to mainly be focusing on. And I also ended up rewatching a... it was like a cutscene type trailer for Zenless Zone Zero. I believe it came out like before the game even did. And it was talking about different factions of the government and how there's supposed to be, like, I think there's 7 factions and 7 hero and like 1 hero from each faction, which are kind of like higher up important people, which the character we're going to be getting in the next update, she's one of the 7. And I completely forgot about that because I feel like they don't really bring it up that often in the game itself or main story, which is one thing that I hate about Zenless Zone Zero and all the Hoyoverse games is that they'll release a cool trailer or something on their YouTube channel or their Twitter or whatever, and then they'll never put it in the game. And it's like, why? We need to have some sort, like, this game is perfect for it. We run a videotape store. Put, like, a videotape archive and just have those trailers and whatnot be in our videotape collection. It makes sense within the context of the game. But yeah, I rewatched that, and they were talking about these different factions of, like, oh, there's this one faction which, like, was famous for, like, pushing back the infected people into the zone, and then, like, push the zone back, like, I think it was, like, 38 kilometers or something. And there was one which is apparently it was something to do with the sky. They were part of, like, a sky base or something that, like, overlooks the town. There's one that's, like, more of like a ninja group, which is supposed to be more stealth mission-y, and it's just like, oh, I completely forgot about all these different factions they talked about. And it was always just like, here's kind of a character silhouette for each one. And it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about those. So there's at least 6 more factions that are government related that hopefully we'll start seeing. And hopefully with the update, like I said, this main story is supposed to be focused on Section 6, as well as tie in the other factions, at least a little bit, even if it's just like, oh, they're gonna come in to help for this one thing, which I'm assuming that's what it's gonna be. It feels like that would probably be like a big turning point, and the end of Chapter 4 will probably be like, Chapter 4 will be like the first saga or first arc, and then hopefully we'll see if anything new gets started or kicked up in the next section, because right now we're kind of dealing with the mystery of the AI fairy, as well as that whole, like, it's not government conspiracy, it's like this corporate conspiracy of that short little guy that was running the business, and then he ran off with the blimp when he was supposed to be going to court, and he landed in the outer ring, and then he escaped. That whole arc, we'll see if that comes to a conclusion, and if that's supposed to be like the first big arc or not. Because honestly, he's kind of just felt like whatever. Like, it hasn't really seemed that, he hasn't seemed that important. And honestly, I've been a lot more invested in each arc with the characters individually rather than the overarching story. But the ending of Chapter 3 and how our 2 protagonists talked about how they used to live in the original Eridu before the whole event happened and all the hollows opened up everywhere. And yeah. So hopefully we'll get more of that, and it won't just be a very vague in the background thing. But anyway, that's just some stuff I'm really looking forward to. Oh yeah, and I didn't even realize this. Like, I need to do this on stream and like react to all the individual character videos because I haven't done that. I've only randomly seen some of them sporadically, and I've seen her, this character here, in like this old school like Chinese, like traditional like Chinese dress, and I was like, huh, that's weird. And I didn't even realize this, like, she's a robot. Although we don't really know like the details of it, because we know Billy's a robot, but I don't know if he's a robot in the same way that she's a robot. Like, does she have a human brain, which is what I think it is? But no, she's actually super old, and I didn't even realize that until I watched like this little clip, and I saw that. I'm like, oh, that explains why she wears like old school like traditional Chinese clothing that I've seen like in like some fan art occasionally. I just thought it was just like, oh well, they were just dressing them in like traditional Chinese clothing because this is a Chinese game. But it's like, no, she's actually like an old lady. I did not realize this until literally yesterday, that this character here, that short girl, is actually like an old lady. But I don't think we found out exactly what happened that caused her to get into this robotic body. If it was an accident, or if it was more of like, oh, there's an illness, so we're gonna cryogenically freeze you until we can figure it out kind of thing, or like, what's up? But yeah. And I wasn't even sure if she was like 100% robot, or if just certain body parts, like her legs were it. Like, there's a lot of questions. And then also with Billy, it's like, I think Billy is just 100% a robot and is like artificial intelligence, where I believe this character here was human and then converted into a robot, which is also another super cool sci-fi concept that I love like reading about, like this transhumanist concept of when humans evolve past their physical form, even if it is just into a robotic body. What does that mean? Like, Ghost in the Shell covers that a lot, or it touches upon it, I believe, quite a bit in the original movie, and quite a bit in the series. Which, man, I really wish that they do more. Like, I can never get enough Ghost in the Shell. Although the latest series that they did on Netflix, I still need to finish watching that. The CGI was just kind of bad for me, and it was just like, They also did the weird choice of like setting it in America, but America apparently is like a post-apocalyptic land where, like, I don't know, I don't know if it was nuclear fallout or if it's just straight up war, but the entire country is like war-torn and stuff, and it's just like, I don't know if we ever got the full story about that. But anyway, side tangent, I digress. I also found some disheartening news about Marvel Rivals. One, there's going to be Christmas outfits coming soon, which is going to be super cool. I believe on the 20th they're supposed to release. And of course Jeff gets his own little snowsuit, which everyone's going to buy that. But I found out apparently there's already like this exclusive spray for like this there is going to be a issue 1 of Marvel Rivals. It is going to be like a physical issue book that we can read. But apparently there's like this Marvel online service. It's like a subscription thing, and it's like, if you pay $50, you'll get access to these digital comics and also a spray for an exclusive spray for Marvel Rivals. And it's just like, ugh, you're literally already starting this. Within the first 30 days, you're already like shoehorning into other physical products to buy. And it's like, doing it once in a while, I get, but like doing it right off the rips already, and it being tied to like a $50 subscription service, it's like, that is so fucking lame. And that, to be clear, that is not like a game, like part of the game. It is like literally the Marvel company being like, we have a digital comic service. You could pay $50, you get access to a whole bunch of digital comics. This is just a little bonus for that. But yeah, I think that's lame. I think like at max, it's like, here's the issue. Buy this, it will have a QR code or something in the back that you can scan and it will get you the skin. That I'm okay with if it's like a skin tied directly to the tie-in comic book. But when it's just to like the general Marvel subscription service, it's like, no. What? You mean this one, like, I'm already being generous. $1 spray, you have to pay $50 to get. If you're just interested in that. It's so fucking lame. 37%. Anyway, sorry. I keep side tangenting. Let's just get through this and then we'll start on the actual story. Because this is just like a friendship building thing. Although there is a character story for her, and I'm assuming we'll probably learn about her past from that. So it's not a big surprise we don't already know much about her. Oh. Did we do... I think we might have done it wrong. Normally, after those kind of interactions, we get like a little... like, friendship leveled up or something. Oh no. I don't think she likes us, guys. Oh, yo! She's reading literally every title out loud. No. It's a sign of OCD. You really need a bad movie, I think. See, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, honestly, I thought the police squad was probably going to be my favorite, but that kind of sucks. And so far, I've liked most of the characters from Section 6. Which, by the way, I'm really excited for both characters that are coming out. Both, like, the head person as well as the bow and arrow guy. He seems pretty cool. I really like his kit. I'm usually not a bow and arrow person, but... this game doesn't really work like most games. It's like action first, so I'm assuming his bow is going to be pretty like... something more akin to like what you'd see as like Green Arrow in Injustice or something. Where it's not just him shooting arrows, but also using it as like a whacking stick. Like beat people with. Something you definitely want to see out of your government employees. I'm assaulting someone. Friendship evolved. Speak of it. Oh yeah, he's also got his own backstory. So I'm wondering if the rest of this is only up till version 1.5 and we'll get 1 in the next update, or if we're gonna get 2 in the next update. And this shelf is gonna be like the first arc with all the first characters. We've already done Lycans. I just want to call him Lycan, because he's Lycanthrope. Werewolf guy. Every single time. Is it Lincoln? I can't remember. Every time. His name is always, like, right there close next to it. Anyway, we're doing her story today. We're gonna see what's up with her. Which, I'm surprised... yeah, Ellen didn't get one, which is like the Shark Girl, which was the person that they were kind of really pushing when Zenless Zone Zero first dropped. They like released like, I think 2 or 3 videos about her, one of them being like kind of like a little music video, which I seen and really liked. So I thought the animation was really good in it. And I'm surprised she didn't get a character story in this. Honestly, I'm surprised not every person got one. And it's kind of crazy that Soldier 11 is the first character story we get. Where it's like, really? We haven't even really... I think she's the only person from, like, the military unit that we've really come in contact with. Except for Ambi. Like, you could, because there's no way Soldier 11 and Ambi is not like somehow tied together, if not straight up related. Yeah, we also have Nekomata. Yeah, we don't have anyone from Cunning Hares. We have Nekomata, who just joined the Cunning Hares, but none of the other Cunning Hares has a story. And then we have Bellabog Company, and then the Maid. So it looks like every section gets 2. And like I said, Soldier 11 is probably tied to Ambi, so she's probably going to tie into Cunning Hares at some point. Like, more directly, I would guess. Yeah, then it comes to the police, and she only got 1, and then it's out to the gang in the outer ring. Anyway, let's get into this. We're gonna, of course, mainly focus on these, any kind of side stuff that happens from it. We'll probably try to push off. Let's get into this. Family bonding time. Oh wait, I just noticed. Is that a bamboo that's a watermelon in the background? Body pillow? I do find this kind of sad. I miss the days of split screen on TV. Oh yeah, I saw the funniest fucking... This is why, like, okay, my Twitter is curated for, like, art. Like, I've spent literally years just following, like, artists. Whether it's, like, music, movies, or just straight up, like, people that draw, like, anime and shit. So it's, like, my entire Twitter feed, luckily, is just, like, 99%, like, art stuff. And every so often, an art meme will pop off. And this isn't an art meme, it's just, like, this funny thing, like... So, if you miss the Game Awards, the usual dipshits come out to be like, oh, these games are woke! And it's just like, ugh, you guys are fucking lame. It's, almost like that one South Park meme. Put a chick in it, make her gay, and make it lame. Except for, you know, being a loser incel that has to cry about whenever there's a female main character. And, so 2 of the big games that were accused of being so woke was, the new, Witcher game, which is mind-blowing. Like, the trailer, first of all, was just like, it was like a cinematic, not even really gameplay. And it was following Ciri. You know, the character that's been a thrill line through multiple Witcher games, and literally the entire point of Witcher 3 was finding Ciri and training her to be a Witcher. Like, that was the entire point of the whole game. So when you make a sequel, no shit, she'd be possibly the main character, if not just one of the multiple playable characters. I believe they did confirm that Geralt is in the game. I don't know if they said if he is playable or not, but it's like, yeah, that's called a story arc. Where, like, Geralt got 3 games. Is he gonna be a main character in the 4th one, or is he gonna be kind of more of a, like, mentor, and we're gonna be doing, like, series years of being a Witcher? It's like, either way, it's gonna be cool and awesome. But it's, like, kind of fucking stupid that people complain about that. It's like, I've even played not only just, like, the first 3 games, just the 3rd game. Because that's literally the whole point of the game, is to get Ciri and, like, make sure, like, she's prepared and trained to be, like, a Witcher. So why wouldn't you want to see that in the follow-up game? That's like building up to Avengers and then just taking away Avengers and giving you, like, Ant-Man. It's like, people wanted Avengers. People wanted the team-up where we got to see everyone do their thing. So, like, that's crazy. And then Naughty Dog released a trailer, which honestly I'm super excited for. It looked really cool. It's gonna be like this sci-fi space cool kind of retro future, where it's like, it's very like 80s, like what the 80s thought space travel was gonna look like. So it's known as like retro futurist. but more akin to like the 80s version of it rather than like the 1950s. And I'm like, oh, that seems awesome. And of course, everyone's complaining about it. And it's like, oh. And of course, like the number one complaint of the people that are whining about it are like, the women are so ugly. It's like, yeah, do you know who else is ugly? Yo mama. It's like so fucking lame. First of all, have you even seen the person that was modeled after the main character of that? She is a beautiful woman, and she is an actress, right? It's not like just some random, like, let's just make a hideous chick. And it's just like so fucking dumb. Anyway, sorry. Today, I'm just side tangent off side tangent. The whole purpose of me... The whole purpose of me talking about those two games is because someone did an awesome art piece of both of them together. And they're like drinking like a boba, except it's called incel tea, where it's made from the tears of whiny bitches online. It's like, that is hilarious. Go Queen. Anyway, just wanted to bring that up. It's like, this is why you need to follow. Just like, you need to get your Twitter just like honed in on art Twitter, because you'll just find funny shit on there and awesome art memes and shit. And not even art memes, just like fun art pieces like that, where it's just like awesome. Most people have to deal with like beheading videos or casual racism from people. I deal with people making fun of other people being fucking ridiculous via fun art. So I think I'm winning at Twitter right now. Although, can anyone ever actually win Twitter? The answer is no, but close enough. I mean, I get really nice made art making fun of incels, which is like, I think that's always a funny time for everyone. Get help. But yeah, so that was another stupid thing that happened, and it's just like, why are y'all so up your own ass? Do you know how many fucking games come out every month? Like, there are more games that come out nowadays every single month than games that came out in like 2005 as a whole. And it's like, you're just gonna complain whenever someone does like a female main character. It's like, that's so fucking lame of you. I want the same white guy doing the same white savior story in every single game. That's boring. Right? Mix it up. I mean, there's a reason why people are weebs in America. It's because it's a different culture and it's fun and interesting. And it can be said for like basically every culture and every kind of thing. Where it's like, yeah, incorporate something local from like not from the US and it will be interesting. Shocker.
Good afternoon, dear guy. Oh, no. I suppose I should call you, oh, great manager here.
What was the G part? Supposed to be guide, maybe? Guest? Oh, yeah, she was gonna say guest. I think that's what she called us when we were in the Twin Towers. Which, I can't remember if I brought this up when we were playing at the time, but we were in a Twin Tower building and a Zeppelin was going to crash into the Twin Towers. And I'm like, did nobody pick up on that? Like throughout development, or did they know what they were doing and they were just doing it as a... Let's lean into it.
So, is there anything I can do for you?
It's not here, Rena. I'll go check the shelves back there.
Oh, well, all right. Oh, the shelves have hard edges. Be careful not to bump into them and hurt yourself.
Who's the old lady? Is she looking for something?
Oh, my apologies. I forgot to introduce you. That's my client, Granny Laisha. I'm helping her look for a special sort of sweet cake.
Sweet cake? So, some kind of dessert?
I don't believe so. It's not just a sweet cake. According to Granny, it's a sweet cake with a silly smile.
Rena, The silly sweet cake isn't on the shelves either. I'll check under the counter.
Okay, Granny, but please don't disturb the other customers.
This is,
She can't quite tell me what this silly sweet cake is, but she really wanted to come to 6th Street to search for it. So I thought I'd try my luck at your store.
I just can't find it, Rena. I can't find the silly sweet cake anywhere.
Oh, please calm down, Granny. I'm here to help.
Okay.
Do you have any movies about silly, smiling sweet cakes, manager?
We've got a lot of silly comedies, but none about sweet cakes. I can't imagine what that'd look like.
It's a sweet cake that's this big, all round and chubby. And it's so funny when it giggles. Where did it go?
We spent the morning looking in the dessert stores, and none of them had a sweet cake that was this big. Silly sweet cake might refer to something round that looks like it's smiling. Well, we're out of dessert stores, so I'll take her to the toy shops this afternoon.
You just reminded me. Round and with a silly smile. That sounds like Mr. Panda at the coffee shop.
Ooh, a glimmer of hope. I rarely come to 6th Street, so I'm not very familiar with the area. Thank you for your suggestion, manager. Come on, Granny Leisha, let's head over.
Rena, I can't walk anymore. My legs hurt, and my mouth is dry.
We have been walking around for hours. Granny, why don't you rest here a while?
Mr. Panda isn't far away. I'll go take a picture. I'll show it to Granny, and she can decide if it's the sweet cake she's looking for. You guys wait right here.
Thanks for your help. I'll stay here and look after Granny while you're gone.
okay, that is definitely like a weird, like, I can never tell where these stories are like going to go or what they're going to involve, but definitely didn't expect Granny's sweet cakes over here. Oh yeah, the coffee shop might have. Or panda guy. Okay, what is with this pin? Is he supposed to be like a... He's just a statue, right? Granny Sweet Cakes, we got a photo. I'm just gonna call her Granny Sweet Cakes. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna remember her name, but I'm going to remember that. Because it's a fucking weird and kind of creepy name.
The bottom layer is vegetable and ham sandwiches, the middle layer is fresh out of the oven butter scones, and the top layer is low sugar fruit cake.
Wow.
For tea, I have prepared rose tea and red tea. Do you take it with milk and sugar, Granny Leisha?
Wow.
I can't believe they set up a 3-tier dessert platter. The store has a really posh vibe now.
Ah, manager, you're back just in time. Please come and enjoy Rena's specialty afternoon tea. Due to the situation at hand, I was unable to make anything myself. So these were all carefully selected from nearby shops while helping Granny look for the sweet cake.
We were gone for like 2 seconds.
That's a relief. Oh, I mean, vegetable and ham sandwiches are balanced and nutritious, so I can have several.
Sweet cakes. Picture?
Oh, right. I took a photo of the silly sweet cake. Is this it, Granny?
What do you think, Granny Leisha? Does it look familiar?
Nope, this isn't it. I'm looking for the drooling sweet cake.
Huh? I thought you were looking for the silly sweet cake.
No, it's the the drooling one. Oh, no. I'm looking for the loud-mouthed sweet cake. The whole corridor can hear it when it cries.
I understand. Well, don't worry. I'll help you find whatever kind of sweet cake you're looking for. Manager, can I have a word? I owe you an explanation.
Yeah, please.
First of all, please allow me to express my thanks and apologize for any inconvenience. You see, this lady isn't just any client. She's my evaluator. I participate in the new Eridu Housekeeping Association's assessment each year on behalf of Victoria Housekeeping. This time, my assessment for the best service of the year is to serve Leisha Christie. Yes, Granny Leisha. I had a general idea of what the service would entail, as I've participated in previous years, but this time's a little different. Granny Leisha didn't ask for any housekeeping services. She just keeps asking me to help her find sweet cakes. This test is trickier than I had expected. She might deliberately be giving me a difficult challenge. But I'll take care of things myself. I wouldn't want to affect your business.
I still don't fully understand what Victoria Housekeeping, like, actually does. Like, it seems on one hand they're, like, kind of like a security. At least when they were working at the towers, it was like a security type job, almost. But then they do stuff like this, and it's like, I don't understand what your demographic is.
It's okay. There's not much going on with the store. I can keep helping Granny. You can think of me as a free guide to 6th Street.
Really? Oh, that'd be great. You're an amazing guide, both in and outside the hollows. Then let's cover all corners of 6th Street and capture photos of any suspicious sweet cakes that fit the criteria.
The sweet cake shop. Okay. I guess we're gonna ask everyone. Wait. Oh, okay. Guitar case. I thought it was someone with like long red hair, and I'm like, whoa, that really stands out. Oh, wait. Let's check. Okay, yeah, we're like in the middle of a story. That's not a surprise. Pretty sure there's no. Yeah. Okay. They really stripped this down a lot. Oh, we may have not done that one yet. We'll have to look into that. Oh yeah, I was also able to get our character.
In case you have my complete support.
Her level is up, but I still need to work on her skills. I really need to work on her skills, as well as like this. So we're a good amount there. Unfortunately, the amount of I never remember the name, like the battery energy that you use every time you go to do like the collecting of like these items and shit. I can only do 3 runs a day, and I've already used up 2 of them on getting her up to level 60. So I could probably do 1 more run. Oh wait, hello. Awesome. Plus, the level thing is really weird because it's usually the character level doesn't really matter. It's more of the skills and the equipment that matters the most. Speaking of which, my grinding in Honkai Star Rail's been going good. I have been doing pulls off stream just to try to get better cards, and I had the best luck. So the general that we play in Honkai Star Rail, the guy with all the electric abilities, our best boy, I was able to pull a duplicate of him, which is like, I have not been able to pull too many duplicates of 5-star characters, so it's like, yes! We got at least 1 duplicate of him, which boosted him up quite a bit. And yeah, I've been working on a bunch of other characters, more diverse characters that do different things, to try to level them up more and get their abilities up more, so been working on that. And we're looking pretty promising, we'll see. Honestly, I think we might try to do 1 stream this week, maybe on Friday of Honkai Star Rail, to see if we can break through and continue with the main story after we got fucking curb stomped by a boss enemy that's predetermined to be 10 levels stronger than whatever our level is.
Did you
Um,
call me? Meow.
Yeah, and also you can see we got
Let's start the
Grace and
experiment.
Billy. We're working both of them up to the higher level, and I
Did you?
I shall
can't
follow your
remember.
orders.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I leveled him up or unlocked his levels. We still need to do that.
I'm at your disposal.
The store, let's check that. I'm super bad at paying attention to the store. Okay, we haven't been doing polls, so that's why. That's still 15 days. And then, oh, hell yeah, 50% off. Gangbusters. Oh, whoa, we have 8 of those other reels. Okay. Sweet. Alright, we're gonna do a 10 pull on this. Bum, 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 bum. See what we get. See what we get. Yeah. The worst. The worst! Okay, we got the box. Okay. And yeah, like I told you guys, we're not really gonna pull for anything. We're gonna wait until the next and try to pull the captain. Which, honestly, if we get her first pull, I'm divided on whether or not to spend all of our bits on her, like getting her, and then trying to get a duplicate of her, which I doubt we'll be able to, or hold off until the next character comes out, because I want both of them. And I've been super, like, I'm always bad at pulling engines. I'm good at pulling characters, but I'm always bad at, like, pulling engines, or light cones, or, like, weapons, for, like, all the different Hoyo games. Wait. Oh, that's never happened before. Are they, I wonder if they're revamping the Battle Pass. I can't remember if they mentioned that or not. Or wait, maybe it's because we're in this. Which, by the way, I want this street sign so bad. Oh, it's okay, so we're just taking photo. Alright. It could be a sweet cake. She said drooling. Bugs drool. I do wish that, like, when we're pointing the camera at someone, they would do, like, a special pose, like a peace sign or, like, something like, or smile or thumbs up. Although that would be, like, a lot of extra thing to do just for, like, a photo. For a photo mode that, like, let's face it, not everyone really uses it unless it's required. I actually don't know. I very rarely ever see anyone actually use, like, the photo mode and then upload the photos to social media. Like, that's gotta be a thing, where people use photo mode in games and then, like, Photoshop it to make it look awesome. I just never see any of that. And honestly, at this point, it just kind of feels like it's a thing that's in games where it's like, oh, that's a standard. Like, who's, like, clamoring for the photo mode, though? Although I guess I'm lucky I have, like, a capture card, so it's like, it's kind of like a redundancy of, like, having a photo mode where it's like, I've already recording the thing. Oh yeah, I can't remember. Just to mention this again, this week we're gonna mainly focus on Zenless Zone Zero and Marvel Rivals. So we're gonna alternate days between the two games. And like I said, Friday we're probably gonna give Honkai Star Rail a try. And hopefully break through that goddamn thing that we've been a pain in the ass. I tried to look up good team comps for it, and of course there's the one free team comp which we have, and then a list of like 4 other team comps which are all comprised of like at least 2 other 5 stars that we just do not have at all. And it's like every single team comp was like that. It's like, god damn it, that game is so heavy on like you either play the free version or you have to have almost an entire team of 5 stars. And it's just like, god damn it. So I've been trying to level up the free team comp, which is really good. I've got like, I think all of them up to the proper level. I just need to do like their abilities and stuff. And just hope we're lucky. He's apparently, her name, the one that uses like Null and has like the katana and the purple hair. She's supposed to be like one of the best characters in the game, and it's like I still don't fully understand it. I have to watch a full like breakdown of her character because I still don't get how she's supposed to be so powerful. Because whenever I use her, she's good at breaking shields, but when it comes to base damage, it's like not at all. So I'm not understanding how people are getting like massive numbers from her. But maybe it has to do with the comboing. Oh, okay. They do this occasionally too, where they give you a bunch of points to go check out, and then it's like you only have to do like 3 of them. Record shop.
The afternoon sun is exceptionally pleasant, like the rich oral aroma of leaving so soon.
I also need to look up what records are good for who.
Is there really anything here that fits the criteria of a sweet cake? It's round, and it makes a lot of sound. Oh, it's a record! This music store has impeccable taste. The collection is... this record. Just looking at the cover reminds me of something interesting.
Yeah, but it doesn't do the whole... She said it was drooling. Like... Unless she meant like droning. Like the music's droning on.
Are the songs on this album good? Or does hearing it bring back fond memories?
Both. There was an incident during the recording of this album. One of the performers quit temporarily. My job was to save the day and perform in her stead. That was a challenging job. Can you guess which instrument I was in charge of?
That just makes it even more confusing to figure out what the hell your demographic is for your company. Oh my god.
Based on the way you fight, I guess the piano.
The electric guitar!
Rock and roll, alright.
There's no way I guessed that.
Right. We've taken pictures of everything we can think of. Let's go back to Granny Laisha.
Well, she's electric
Her
type.
sweet cake keeps changing form, but I don't mind it much. The Housekeeping Association's assessments were always the same in the past. Either a normal service job or going into a hollow to deal with ethereals. Finding something made up is unexpected, but at least it's creative. Let's hope these photos contain the sweet cake Granny wants.
My money is on the dog. Although, based on that being the last one and us having to take a photo of it, I'm assuming it's probably the record route.
Oh, you're back! Rena and, Rena's little sidekick. Yes.
I'm not a sidekick, Granny Leisha. I'm the manager here. Just call me Wise.
Sorry, Manager Wise. Please allow me to apologize on her behalf. Okay, Granny. We have the pictures. Are any of these the loud sweet cake?
No, none of these are the sweet cake. The one I'm looking for... Oh, I remember now! Waves. The sweet cake was floating on white waves up and down. Yes, that's it. It was a white wave sweet cake, just like the one always floating around you, Rena.
I'm glad to hear you like my bamboo, but they're not sweet cakes. They're my trusted companions, with their own names. For example, this little blonde bamboo with bangs is called Drusilla. Ooh, if I hadn't turned on silent mode earlier, it would certainly be making a fuss about how the sweet cake has changed yet again by now.
Yeah, I was going to say, her bang, like, we haven't had a lot of interaction with her, but her bamboos definitely have, like, a lot more personality than other bamboos we've ran into. Which, again, that also brings up the whole concept of, like, they're sentient, yet a lot of these are kind of used as, like, borderline slave labor. Moral issues that this game is never going to talk about or touch on.
Yeah, why has it changed again? A white wave sweet cake that looks like Drusilla.
Master, if I could interrupt. By combining the keywords Leisha Christie and waves, I have found a news article about an incident involving a Miss Metropolitan beauty pageant dropout.
That voice just now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry, I'm the voice in your head.
I've been practicing ventriloquism. I'm good, right?
Oh, really? So the sound comes out of the pocket where your phone is. How extraordinary. Of course, I understand it's your little secret. Further inquiry would go against Victoria Housekeeping's rules of etiquette. In any case, it's a timely tip. Let me check the news. I should be able to find it on my phone. Miss Metropolitan Dropout. Ah, here we go. And it's actually a news article from 41 years ago. On the night of the highly anticipated finals, top contender Leisha Christie, favored to win, suddenly drops out, conceding her crest of waves. I see. So the crest of waves is a round crystal trophy awarded to the winner. There's also a photo of the dropout attached. If I compare it, it's true. I never would have expected the housekeeping evaluator would be the star of such a contest. What a mysterious lady. The sweet cake floating up and then down. It must refer to Granny losing the trophy. If that's the case, it's easy. We simply need to bring her the Crest of Waves trophy.
I think you're redefining the term easy there, Rena. Where are we gonna get a 41-year-old trophy?
The competition is held every year, even now. I just happened to have participated last year.
Wait, Rena, you participated in Miss Metropolitan?
Yes, the competition was divided into many sections, such as singing, acting, painting, cooking. Can you guess which I took part in?
I want to say cooking, but she said she bought the snacks. Cooking.
Based on my last guess with the instruments, I'll rule out the most common, like singing and acting. I'd assume something unexpected, like painting.
The answer is all of them. Actually, that year's competition was in urgent need of a makeup artist, so I stepped in to help. It was quite busy, but still an enjoyable experience.
Who could have guessed that? I feel like I've been tricked.
Oh, I was just teasing you. Please don't mind me. But because of that, I know the competition organizers, so asking them for a commemorative trophy shouldn't be a problem.
Rena, can you find my wave sweet cake?
Don't worry, Granny. I'll find it for you, whatever kind of sweet cake it is. It's getting late. I'll take her home first. You should get some rest too. Thank you again for your help.
Oh my god, we're still in chapter 1 of this. I was not. Okay. Took us way too long doing the first section. I'm so sorry, guys. That was on me. I've been rambling a lot today. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned, made it to Golden Marvel Rivals, baby. I just need to climb up to Platinum, I believe is the next one. Which, fun fact, I didn't even realize this, but if you get to at least gold in, and I don't know if this is going to be like a permanent thing that you can get at any time, or if this will change with each season or what, but if you get gold or higher, you can get special rewards, and this time around, it is a special Moon Knight skin, which is like mostly black with like a gold motif on it, which looks kind of badass. And then like higher levels will give you like different like little nameplates in addition to the skin. So I don't know if that's going to be like a permanent thing that anyone can get at any time by getting up to gold, or if they're going to change it every season and it's going to be a different skin. But that's a fun thing I didn't even realize. I was watching this video on like all the free skins you can get right now, which by the way, you can get the classic Storm skin as well as the like one of the Star-Lord like color swap skins. You could get both of those just by playing like and doing the like heroic missions, which I didn't even realize. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, they keep doing that where it's like there are ways to earn these skins for free, but they just don't really tell you. Like the information's in the game, but like I would not know to like go to heroic missions, look at like what all the different rewards are for it, for that specific subcategory of rewards. It's like, oh, you son of a bitch. So it's like a lot of the skins are free that you can get, which I actually really appreciate.
It's not behind the shelves.
Granny Leisha? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for the sweet cakes. The silly sweet cake isn't behind the shelf. Ah, I remember you. You can help me find the sweet cakes, right, Priscilla?
I'm not Drusilla. My name is Wise. Say it with me, Granny. Wise. Never mind. I'll call Rena.
Are you looking for the silly sweet cake again, Granny? Is this still part of the assessment? Oh, but it's okay. I still have the pictures from yesterday. Here, Granny. Are any of these photos the sweet cakes you're looking for? Granny? Granny, are you listening? Granny Leisha?
Granny, are you okay?
She's completely focused on the TV. Manager, what's that on the TV in the corner? Is that an ad for a movie?
Yeah, it's Invasion Next Gen. It's about a hollow appearing in the city, and the ethereals inside.
It's a hollow. There's a hollow. The sweet cakes are in danger.
What's wrong, Granny? That's just a movie. It's not real. My Drusilla! If this is still part of the assessment, it seems a little bit excessive. Or perhaps Granny really was affected by the ad. We should go check on her, Manager. Drusilla has a GPS chip, so don't worry. We won't lose her.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you're chipping the old lady, it's like get her some professional help. She clearly needs it, man. You shouldn't be low-jacking your elderly. Like, the sweet cakes are the bang boo, right? Like, I think we've come to that conclusion at the very least. By the way, I don't think I've ever specifically mentioned this part, but I love the coloring in this game. Like, look at something as simple as this blue flag is so vibrant. Which has kind of been an issue in Final Fantasy 16 that we've been playing. Where, like, there's been, like, a lot of, like, not gray tone, but a lot more muted color than I was expecting in it. Like, playing a game that's very vibrant is always really nice. I mean, just last week when we were playing Genshin, we got to a point where we were, like, up in the sky, and it was just, like, beautiful, like, super, like, hyper blue sky, and white clouds everywhere. Really awesome. Period. I need to play more colorful games. So ladies in shape. Yeah, those two are always down there. This little area drives me crazy because I wish the main street, like, you could just walk in here instead of having to enter into, like, a separate zone. Like, this is its own small little zone. You could just walk down the stairs to here. I don't see why it has to be its own separate thing because it's literally this. And I do wish this was a map of the city. I think I mentioned this the first time, where this is kind of confusing. I wish it was a map of the city, and they could still use these logos, but it would be in the context of, like, here's the city map, you go over a specific area, and it's like, oh, boom, here's all the points. But it still helps you understand the layout of the greater city. Officer Mew Mew. Let's get you back to the old folks' home before you wander into the street and get pancaked by a semi. Yeah, she's having like a whole like PTSD moment here.
I can't run anymore. My legs hurt, and my mouth is dry.
Have you calmed down now, Granny Leisha?
You guys.
No need to act so surprised. We've been right behind you since 6th Street and all through Lumina Square.
You. Who are you? I don't have any money or anything of value. Why are you chasing me? I don't know you.
Huh? Granny Leisha, are you being serious? I'm Rena, and this is the video store manager, Wise.
No. No idea who you are.
Why did this have to be the
Then,
Alzheimer's
do you still
episode? God
remember the
damn it.
sweet cakes you're looking for? The silly sweet cake, loud sweet cake, and wave sweet cake?
Sweet cakes. Oh, yes, I remember. I'm looking for my sweet cakes, but I've lost them all. I arranged to look for sweet cakes with someone yesterday. Who was it again?
What's going on? Is the Housekeeping Association's assessment process really this complicated?
Bro.
With her reaction to that ad, I'm afraid this is more than just the housekeeping assessment. Have you heard the medical term cognitive corruption syndrome? Anyone who stays too long in a hollow may develop the disease in their later years, regardless of their ether aptitude. Symptoms include rapid memory decline, cognitive disorder, and repetitive speech. In severe cases, one's memory can regress to that of decades ago, forgetting everything that occurred afterward.
Why did they have to make up a name for it and not just say like, oh, well, corruption, like long-term effects could be like Alzheimer's? You didn't need to make up a fictional name for it. That is a, like, for the most part, a very real thing. When I say most part, I mean obviously people that get Alzheimer's isn't because of either corruption. But you know what I mean. Where it's like all the symptoms and how they're showing it and stuff. It's like it's Alzheimer's. You could just say that of it, of long-term own, can be that.
You mean she really forgot us?
I'm just speculating. But having provided care for elderly individuals with this condition in the past, it's all far too familiar. The constantly changing sweet cakes, not recognizing us. If it's not an intentional act, then it seems like the most likely possibility. Either way, I'll take Granny home first. There are plenty of ways I can confirm my hypothesis. Thank you, Manager. You must be tired too. You should go back and rest.
Okay, let me know what happens, Rena. Goodbye, Granny Leisha.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience caused to your store these past few days. Please, pass on my apologies to Belle, too.
Okay, that one felt a lot quicker. Oh, wait, well, can we...
Inspiration's always fleeting. Maybe we can help each other catch it before it slips away.
Okay,
Wanna
we're
chat?
almost there for that one. I really hate that dude's head design. I think it's just like the extra antenna up top. That looks like so cheap and flimsy. I think if they did like more like side ones and just kind of make them almost look like ears, I think that would have been cooler. Yeah. Weird design.
Not gonna take
Just
it
that
too
one
much.
antenna, it bothers me so much.
Got 10 more designs in the works. There'll definitely be one you'll love.
Like, I'm not the best at being able to break down character designs properly, despite, you know, my years of anime and video games and my art background. I'm not really good at, like, properly articulating that, but I do know, like, that is the hyper-specific one thing about that character design I cannot stand. Well, let's go!
Huh? Rena apologized to me? Well, you're always the one taking care of things whenever she visits. I haven't even met Granny yet.
Ah, you're both here.
That was fast. Is Granny's house close to here?
She lives near Lumina Square, so it didn't take long. But I'm a little worried about her. I checked with the neighbors. She's lived alone for a long time, and she does suffer from cognitive corruption syndrome.
If that's the case, Granny isn't intentionally causing trouble. It's because of her illness. I'm surprised the Housekeeping Association chose her for the assessment. By the way, why didn't Drusilla resist when it got taken by Granny? It's a combat bamboo. It could have easily gotten away from her.
Is it because it had been switched to silent mode?
Even in silent mode, Drusilla can move on its own. I asked the same thing on the way here, and it gave me an unexpected answer. When Granny carried it away, she kept saying, "I can do it. I can protect you." That made it mistake Granny for me.
Huh? Is that possible? there's a pretty big difference. Could that phrase be some kind of passcode?
The Drusilla in front of you is actually designed based on a doll I picked up when I was little. I didn't have many friends at the manor back then. All I had to talk to was the doll I named Drusilla. Father didn't like the doll. He said it was something the servants had used and told me to throw it away. But how could I throw away my only friend? So I hid it in various places, trying hard to prevent my father from finding it. Under the bed, in the wardrobe, under the covers, constantly telling it, I can do it. I can protect you. When I became an agent and decided to use Bangbu in combat, I handed this doll over to the manufacturer. Surprisingly, during their inspection, they found a tiny recording device inside the doll. As expected, it was already filled with the phrase, I can protect you. So, impulsively, I transferred the recording data, along with the name Drusilla, to the Bangbu.
A manor? Servants? So you were actually a wealthy heiress living in a mansion when you were younger, Rena? Now's not the time for gossip, though. Let's get back to Drusilla.
Granny was muttering the same thing when she rushed out of the video store with Drusilla. To call it a passcode is actually fitting.
You're saying she mistook Drusilla for one of the sweet cakes and took it out of the store to avoid some kind of danger?
Judging from the ad that affected Granny, her sweet cakes were once, or are now, in danger because of a hollow.
But just what are these sweet cakes? We'll struggle to get to the bottom of things if we're unable to figure that out. However, the competition dropout and Crest of Waves trophy were both real at least, and the Wave sweet cake is still an important clue. I'll bring it back with me and talk to Granny. Oh, I didn't realize how late it was. Sorry to keep the two of you.
It's fine, really. It's not that late.
Thank you. How about I bring some special tea treats I made myself as a token of my appreciation?
There's really no need.
Then I best be off. Please do let me know if Granny turns up at the store again.
Okay, sweet cakes are either gonna be a nickname she had for, like, I don't know, grandchildren or something that died in the hollow. I seriously doubt it will go in that direction. Or it's, you know, what she just called her Bangus. Because they were like her kid. Alright, final round. Let's do this.
How are you, manager? Has Granny been to your store lately?
No. Has something happened?
I obtained the Crest of Waves replica trophy this morning and went to take it over to her. But the place was empty, and her door was ajar. The neighbors say she caused a commotion late last night, banging on doors claiming a hollow was coming, and she was going to White Wave Hospital to save the sweet cakes. She's been searching for sweet cakes everywhere for weeks now, so nobody took it seriously, and they convinced her to go back to her room and go to sleep. But by morning, she'd disappeared. She often goes out early to look for the sweet cakes, But this is the first time she hasn't locked her door, and the first time she's mentioned White Waves Hospital. It just seems odd. I filed a missing person report to public security, so I'm just waiting to hear from them now.
Gone to White Waves Hospital to save the sweet cakes. That's a new term.
Oh, it's babies.
Searching for information on White Waves Hospital.
Drooling and noisy.
White Waves Hospital is a renowned, large-scale, comprehensive medical facility in New Eridu. Earlier records go back 41 years to when it was forced to relocate due to a hollow disaster.
Wait, 41 years ago? That's the same year as that competition.
With funding from both the government and the public, White Wave Hospital, which has been relocated several times, retained most of its medical resources. Its symbol is a white wave.
A white wave? Is it a coincidence? Or have we been wrong from the start? The beauty pageant, the hospital, the wave? There must be a connection between the three. If you'll excuse me, manager, I'm going to contact a friend who works in medicine to investigate.
Let me know if you hear anything about Granny, even if she doesn't remember my name.
Well, as my current client, I must ask you to forgive her rudeness. I'm her maid, so please allow me to remember your name in her stead. Well then, I'll be going. Please don't let my affairs affect you. You have your own business to run, after all.
Hate that they... This is one of those like small nitpicks of game design where it's like you've come to the screen specifically to talk to her, but they start you on this sidebar screen. You have to select and then select this. It's like, why? Make it the immediate thing. This is the specific reason. You're not opening your phone to check messages. There's a specific story beat that you're doing. You shouldn't have to do that extra step. Alright, combat time. This one... Okay, I'm trying to think. This one has been kind of disappointing in that we're in section 3 already, and we've only learned very small tidbits about Rena. One, her job literally has her do, like, whatever. She knows how to play the electric guitar. she also entered in the pageant, and she has like apparently all these different talents. And then also the last remark that we were talking with her, and how she was talking about being like at the manor and whatnot. But I don't know, those are just kind of like characteristics and not really about like her own personal backstory too much. Like obviously talking about the manor, like all these are glimpses into her past, but I feel like this should really be the opportunity to like, here is a character story, this is what makes this character interesting. But these are just more of like, she's kind of quirky. Look at all these quirky things that she does. Well, not even quirky, it's just like all these different things that she's good at. Look at that. And it's not really about her personal story, but rather just about like characteristics of her character. That's what it is. It's not a specific story about her. It's more about like learning about more like characteristics or details about her character rather than doing a story which is focused on her as a character. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Like, even with Lincoln, whatever, with the wolf guy, we got that story about his past and how it's like tied with like a, what was it, a gang or whatever, or like that thief ring. Like that was interesting. I hope we get something like that to finish out here, but I don't think we will, unfortunately. I'm hoping for it though. Like that's good, like character stories when it's focused on you learning more about this character more in depth, rather than learning about it through like, here's a little comment of like, oh, manor. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not going in solo.
Let me finish my cup of hot water.
We're going in full electric, baby. And no bang boo. Ooh.
Preparations complete. I'm ready to begin, dear guide.
I think I'd prefer it if you called me Oh Great Manager.
Unfortunately, I cannot base my terms of address on personal preference. Using the correct titles in the right situations is important etiquette at Victoria Housekeeping. Now, let's get back to Granny. Based on our current intel, I'm certain her cognitive corruption syndrome is getting worse. Her memory has already regressed to that day 41 years ago.
That day, 41 years ago?
Yes. The Miss Metropolitan dropout incident and the White Waves Hospital Hollow disaster both happened on the same day, and Granny Leisha was involved in both.
But what does this have to do with Granny's search for sweet cakes?
There is a connection. A big one. The sweet cakes are the link between these two events, and have been the source of strife in Granny's heart for 41 years. It's a long story. I had to contact a lot of people and piece it all together. But we don't have much time, so let's talk on the way. Granny Leisha from 41 years ago. She'd have been around my age now.
Ooh, this music right now. It's got like the, not piano, what is it? Like a music box quality. And then combined with like the more ambient tones of like the background droning is really cool. Very haunting. I love it. Dude, this game has such good music. I think I'm gonna call it. This game probably has the best music overall out of all the Hoyoverse games. Honkai Star Rail is a close second, and then Genshin is good if you like mainly orchestral type of stuff. But yeah, Honkai is probably second. I mean, let's face it, that Robin song, all of her songs are really fucking good. A lot of like the big like boss fights have like really good songs associated with them. But I'd say like this game, even just like this background music here, sounds really, really good.
She worked as a nurse at the White Waves Hospital back then. She was in charge of taking care of the newborns.
Oh, I called it. Babies.
Don't just smile at me. Go to sleep already. The more sleep you get, the quicker you'll grow.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever call babies.
You're drooling. Let me wipe it off. Hey, that's quite the set of pipes you've got. Can you keep it down? You're going to frighten the other babies.
The hospital was short-handed, so Granny Leisha was always busy. Still, she loved her work. Of course, aside from her work, she had other things she wanted to accomplish. Oh dear, looks like we've got a bit of a situation. Let's tackle the issue at hand first.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. This is something you might not notice in video games. But like once you like hear it, you're like, oh, and then you'll just start noticing it all over the place. A lot of games don't really have children in them or babies. Like even if you're in like an open world, like GTA, for example. I mean, you can do anything in there, and that's why they don't have kids, because like you don't want to fucking have a player walk around and just like fucking boom right to like a 4-year-old's face and just like start beating the shit out of like middle schoolers or some shit. But yeah, in a lot of games, it's actually rarer to have like children characters in terms of just like character models, especially when it's like an open world game. Like even in like Genshin and that, like those style of games where it's like an open world explorational kind of game, it's rare to have character models. Even more rare to have baby models, because that's like a whole other thing where it's like you'll need a stroller, or you'll need like a mom character carrying them around, or a dad character carrying them around. So you very rarely see those. So like when they were talking about drooling and stuff, I'm like, okay, dog or baby. But I don't think we've seen any baby models in this game. And I know that's like a very rare thing in video games, so I didn't even think that was even a possibility. But as soon as they said hospital, I'm like, oh, okay, babies. And then I tried to think, have we seen a baby in this game at all? I don't think so. I mean, outside of maybe an animation of one of the main characters being younger, like toddler-esque, but I don't think so.
Huh. Looks like we need 2 people to open this door. Look, there's another button to control the door over there.
They can handle pressing the buttons.
Leave it to me! Not you! Both of us!
I'll leave these 2 children with you, Proxy. Please bring them with you as you search for a way forward.
Yeah, man, even
Temporary
those 2.
access permissions for Drusilla and Anastella received. Action request approved. Initiating override.
Yeah, like those 2 characters seem like, you know, they have a lot of character and personality. This is the first time we're seeing them in this whole like thing, even though these are like her children and her close companions. That's what I'm saying when it's like, bro, this was a kind of a bad story for
Me, pick me!
her.
The operational interface has been switched to Anastella.
Anastella.
Lead Anastella to push the button ahead. Great! Now Drusilla can get through. I've stepped on the button!
You can use the permissions I've granted you to switch between them.
Okay, here we go.
We're here! Both of us! I'm here! Drusilla too!
There's another up ahead.
There's a huge switch up ahead. Seems like we need 2 Bangbu to step on it.
Leave it to Anastella and me. Go, go, go! Drusilla, let's do it! Ooh, treasure! Gear coins! I found them! I'm standing on it! It's your turn, Anastella!
Come on, step down hard on that switch.
Once they both get through, they'll be able to step on the main switch.
Main switch won't budge! Need Drusilla! We're here! Gonna step on the main switch! Hey-ya! Hey-ya!
Aren't my little Bangbu amazing? Our guide is pretty amazing too, of course. Now then, let's proceed. Let me continue with Granny's story. When she was young, Granny dreamed of becoming an actress. So she signed up for a beauty contest in her free time. That's right. It was the Miss Metropolitan pageant. Not just her colleagues, but she too was surprised at how far she got. Let's walk and talk. Granny emerged as the dark horse that year. To everyone's surprise, the judges gave her high scores. And just like that, Leisha Christie made it into the finals. Yet, on the day of the finals...
Is she coming? I remember in the news.
In a corner of the broadcasting room, numerous screens were showing the broadcast of the glamorous stage. But among them, an old TV was airing a piece of breaking news. It was a holo alert for areas including the White Waves Hospital. And so, on the screens showing that magnificent stage, the rising star who was about to be crowned Beauty Queen ran down the red carpet steps without turning back and headed to the place on that old TV screen. Seems we have some uninvited listeners up ahead. Let's pause the story there for now.
Wow, are they seriously going with dead babies? This actually could be kind of impressive that they're willing to go there with the story. Coming from a company where, like, in Genshin, famously, nobody ever really dies. Except for, I think, one character, and she was, like, the bad guy. There we go. Yeah, like, her little buddies have, like, such personality. It's a shame that they weren't more incorporated into the story. I haven't got to use her yet since we got her, so this is like our first little test run with her.
Accept this. Secure the perimeter.
Yeah, I still need to fully understand her kit and do her character tutorial.
Combined assault. Come a little closer.
Okay, what's going on under her skirt? Like, there's electric stuff happening. This music is kind of like... It's almost like if someone decided to redo, like, I don't know, like, old school, like, Sonic theme or something, you know what I mean? It's kind of got that vibe to it.
Stay vigilant.
like old Sega kind of like music. Except not constrained by like the 8-bit like chiptune or 16-bit like chiptune kind of style. The overall vibe is still that.
Keep your eyes open. Surrender. Hey. Stand. Let's not disappoint our customers.
Dude.
Roger. Understood.
That's a waste, but we're gonna do it anyway. Huh.
Watch your six. All right. Are you feeling it? Come a little closer.
There we go.
Master, we can reach depths of the hollow if we keep going this way. Once you enter, you won't be able to return.
Kind of confusing because we're going up.
Ah, it's yet another strange door.
Yeah, and more different mechanisms.
That should be where the main switch is.
Okay, we got infinite use for them.
Time to step on the button again. Step on the button, step on the button.
Temporary access permissions for Drusilla and Anastella received. Action request approved. Initiating override.
I'm standing on it. Stepped on it. One more ahead.
Oh. Okay, it's a different kind. Okay, that's weird. It works like a button. You have to be on it for it to work. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like, both of those are like the same exact thing. The blue button and that spring. Kind of confusing that they use two different things to denounce kind of like the same exact function. Where like it works as a button that you have to hold down.
The main switch. It's done. It's all done.
We're very close to our destination now, Rena.
Sufficient gear coins paid. Authentication successful. Opening valve.
Where's the last one, though? Gotta be...
Are the kids all right? Oh no! The main door is blocked. I remember the emergency exit should be... Ah! I found it! Don't be scared. I'm coming! I'll protect you all!
The hospital had already been enveloped by the hollow. It was pitch black everywhere, and things were in chaos. Leisha didn't have time to worry about her tattered pageant gown. She took off her high heels to run and climb barefoot. She kicked away the obstacle that blocked the main door. In a panic, She couldn't remember the names of all the children, relying on her memory. She searched for one swaddled baby after another. Those clothes were all imprinted with the hospital's wave pattern. One baby giggling happily in the hollow. One baby that was drooling. And another that cried at the top of their lungs. They were the wave sweet cakes Granny was searching for.
That must have been when she contracted cognitive corruption syndrome. This is the last obstacle.
Let's get rid of it in one fell swoop and find Granny. As usual, I'll leave you to take the little ones.
Oh, okay.
We need to find a way to bring it with us.
Oh, it looks like there's a way to reset it, but I don't think we will need. I don't know how you could fuck it up that bad where you'd need to reset.
I'm the button Terminator.
But yeah, I'm loving this really ambient, like, track that they're using.
3, 2, 1. 2, 1.
Biosignatures detected up ahead.
Granny Leisha should be there.
Yes, we should hurry up.
Oh, there we go, there it is.
Huh. These two bamboos suddenly seem pretty useful.
Thank you for the compliment. We might have to battle Ethereals later, so I'm going to withdraw your access for now.
You was probably having to go straight into a boss fight.
Not here. Or here.
Oh, good. We found her, and she doesn't look hurt. Just not in a stable emotional state.
Oh, good.
I lost all the sweet cakes. The sweet cake with a silly smile. The sweet cake with a loud voice. And the drooling sweet cake. I couldn't protect any of them.
Rena, didn't you say all the sweet cakes had been saved back then?
Yes, I'm quite certain they were all saved. There's only one explanation. She doesn't even remember them being saved. Her memory has regressed to the night she was at the hospital, so she can only search for her missing sweet cakes. For her, the conclusion no longer exists. Granny Leisha, do you remember me? I'm Rena, and the new Eridu Housekeeping Association appointed me to help you.
Ah, sweet cake. It's a sweet cake. Don't be scared. Even if you're all that's left, I'll protect you.
Multiple ethereals detected, rapidly approaching this area.
Rena, Granny Leisha, we need to get out of here. Things will get dangerous if we don't hurry.
Oh. Little cutscene.
Ethereals are coming, Granny.
Come on, we have to go.
Don't be scared. I'll protect you. I will.
You have to let go, Granny. That isn't your sweet cake.
It's a sweet cake. I won't lose another sweet cake.
She won't listen. What do we do, Rena? Rena!
Name, Leisha Christie. Nurse ID 2107. Your sweet cakes aren't lost. The silly, smiling sweet cake still loves to smile. She became a maternity nurse, just like you. The loud sweet cake doesn't talk much over the phone. But he said he'll come see you. Right after his concert finishes. The drooling sweet cake has already become a senior investigator. He might be off fighting ethereals as we speak. You didn't lose them, Granny. They just grew up.
Oh, that's a really good fucking story. Holy shit.
It's finally their turn to protect you.
Oh, that's actually really nice. Like, I know I was saying, like,
Please wait there, Granny.
I give them props if they actually killed the babies. It's like, I think they handled that really well. Like, yeah, they didn't kill them, which, like, I feel like that's a line that they will never cross. Killing someone is usually very, very rare in these games. And doing something as hardcore as that kind of seemed out of character. So I like how they handled that. Making it like, oh no, they didn't, like, die or anything. She's just, like, you know, senile and forgets that she rescued them. Didn't even realize this. Rena's bang boos are like really small. I thought they were normal sized bang boos, except with like weird augmented lower halves that allowed them to float. But no, they're like maybe less than half the size of a normal bang boo. Which we haven't seen any abnormal sized bang boos. Her bang boos are by far like the weirdest looking ones in both size as well as like how they kind of have like a pogo stick instead of legs. I wonder if we'll ever start seeing more like diverse looking bang boos, because most of the time they're like the basic frame but just with like an interesting costume on.
Justice will be served. Following order.
Alright, I have not been doing my best here.
Here we go. Embrace your fear. Don't be afraid. It won't hurt. Here. One fell swoop. A preemptive strike. Waste of time.
Backup's here.
Oh my god, this guy is like really...
Weak spot located. Be good. Don't be scared. Roger.
There we go, that was a threefer.
Such provocations don't go unanswered. Go now, child. Accept this.
Oh god, a whole nother way?
We're out of danger, and Granny Laisha has calmed down. How are you feeling? Do you recognize me now?
You look familiar. I think I've seen you before. On TV?
It's okay if you don't remember me. But do you still remember looking for the sweet cakes?
Sweet cakes? Not a fan of cakes. They're sticky and dry out your mouth.
That's the one thing you gotta remember.
Do you remember anything that happened the last few days? What you had for breakfast, where you were, and who you spoke to yesterday?
No, I don't remember. Oh, I remember now. I'd lost something for a long time, and a kind soul helped me find it. Oh, what was it I lost? I can't recall. And who was it that helped me?
That's okay. As long as you found it, the who isn't important. I'll remember all the unimportant details for you. Well now, I'd already contacted all the sweet cakes before we went into the hollow. They're on their way to Granny's place, so we'd best be getting back.
That was a nice, like, heartwarming, like, cutscene that they did there. And she was, like, telling her what happened to the babies. I mean, obviously, whenever I see actual cutscenes, I always want something
there you are, Miss
more
Rena.
flashy, but
I'm your
that was
contact
really
from
good,
the
like,
new
emotionally
Eridu
impactful
Housekeeping
cutscene.
Association. Regarding your call, did you have an update for us?
Yes, I've completed the assessment. Shall we discuss the specifics at Granny's house?
About that, Miss Rena. I have to apologize. After double-checking, we realized she wasn't the client for your assessment.
What do you mean?
We got her mixed up with a lady of the same name, Laisha Christie. Actually, this elderly lady came to the association a few times, saying she's looking for her sweet cakes. But staff always got rid of her. But someone got careless that day. They let her in the assessment reception room, and then... well, the rest was a coincidence.
If it weren't for carelessness and coincidence, she'd still be out there searching. So things turned out okay.
As for the official assessment, could I ask you to file with the association as soon as possible?
Later, perhaps. I need to get her home first. There are several people waiting for her.
I'll go with you. Perhaps there is some kind of compensation the Housekeeping Association can offer.
Well then, I'll come see you at the store as soon as I'm finished. Hello, Manager. I appreciate your help these last few days.
How is Granny?
The bad news is her memory is in severe decline. She doesn't recognize anyone anymore, let alone her sweet cakes. But the rest is good news. The Housekeeping Association contacted a suitable nursing home for her, and the sweet cakes all agreed to visit her on different days. She may not remember them, but everyone is looking forward to spending time with her. Perhaps one day she'll remember something.
That's a little awkward, though, and weird. It's like, yeah, you saved me when I was a baby, but, like, I don't know you as a human being for, like, my entire conscious life.
Perhaps one day, people will find a cure for cognitive corruption syndrome.
That would be nice. Cognitive corruption syndrome. Who knows? I've been in the hollows for so long. Perhaps I have it without even realizing. When I'm old, I might be looking for sweet cakes just like Granny Laisha. No. I'll probably be far more stubborn, rebellious, and unwilling to listen than her.
Looking for sweet cakes. Sounds like fun. Don't forget to bring me along.
It's a promise then. When that day comes, don't be put off when I turn into Granny Rena, and stick with me until I find my sweet cakes.
Alright, hold on 2 seconds, guys. For some reason, my frickin' chat thing logged me out. Why did they do this? Okay. So, I'm of two minds of this. I think story-wise, is just like, in general, it was kind of slow going, but like, I think the ending there was really, really good, and I thought that cutscene was super emotionally impactful, and it's like, that was good. Like, even though I wasn't like the most emotionally invested into this, it's like, I thought that actually hit, and like, the animation really added to it for that cutscene, obviously. But in terms of getting to know Rena more, I feel like I just want there to be more, you know? It's always just like a light sprinkling of that character for the most part. It's like, nah, I want a more in-depth, like, let's do this adventure, let's get to know this character. But it's always just more of a lighter, like, kinda get to know them. Like, some of them obviously are more impactful on, like, your, like, how you see the character, while others are just more informative. I think that's the difference. One's informative, like kind of what we have here, while others are more impactful, where it's like you really get to feel for that character rather than just knowing that character. And I think that's the big difference between some of these, and I hope some of these get sequels and we get like a part 2, maybe not to this specific story, but to like doing a side quest with this specific character, I hope. Alicia, aka Granny Sweet Cakes. Wow, 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 wow. All right. I do wish there was a little more way to show like you've completed it. Because obviously for these ones that we haven't started, it has the new tab next to it. But yeah, like up in the corner, how it has that little label, Agent Archives. Like maybe if they change the color of it to like gold or silver to show like you've completed it. And it's even got 3 dots, which represents like the 3 different parts of each story, because all of these are in 3 parts. You could fill those in to show like, oh, maybe for this one we've started it and we've done the first 2 parts, so the first 2 dots are filled in, or something like that. Because yeah, we accidentally, what was it, this one? We accidentally started this one day again for the 2nd time, and I'm like, this seems familiar. Yeah, that was her story. We're down to only 3 character stories left, and like I said, tomorrow should be the big update to version 1.4. Yeah. But tomorrow we're going to be doing a Marvel Rivals stream, which last time we did a Marvel's Rivals stream, our internet was butt city, so hopefully tomorrow will be better. It's probably just going to be like I'm honestly just doing this for like chill, relaxed kind of streams, because I've been kind of getting burnt out on Genshin and Honkai Star Rail a bit. But, well, more on Genshin, actually. Because, like, I like the main story, but it's that classic thing of, like, we're at a point where it's, like, little baby breadcrumbs of main story. It's like, nah, I want more main story. Main story first, baby. But yeah, that is it for today. Tomorrow is going to be Marvel Rivals, and then on Wednesday will be the latest update version of Zenless Zone Zero, version 1.4. And we're probably going to be just hitting the main story right off that. Yeah, that is it for day 1567 of streaming in a row. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Like always, links down below for my Twitter, Blue Sky, and my YouTube channel, where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. And yeah, I will catch you all tomorrow with Marvel Rivals. If not, I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday with version 1.4 of Zenless Zone Zero. See ya.